In this video, I will be discussing the e-governance initiatives. First, let us see e-courts. The news was that e-court services are provided through common service centers. So first, let us see about e-courts and then common service centers. E-courts is part of national e-governance projects that we saw in Digital India classes. National e-governance is part of Digital India to bring ICT to governance. The present e-courts project is the second phase. So what happened in first phase? In the first phase, it was computerization of district and subordinate courts. So it is not about high courts and Supreme Court, it is about computerization of district and subordinate courts and also connecting them through the network. So that was the aim of the first phase. But during this phase, ICT infrastructure of the Supreme Court and High Court was also upgraded, and on case information system software was developed. So the developments happened like that. Now in the second phase, it aims universal computerization, means computer should be there in each and every court, including cloud computing, case record digitization, so the records will be digitized. E-services will be provided like e-filing, e-payment. So if you want to file a case, we can file it through online, like any other applications that we are doing using online now. This court services also provided online. So there is payment gateways to payment of fee, payment of fine, etc. Mobile apps are also provided. Mobile apps will also be provided as part of the second phase. So e-card services can be rolled out through SMS, email, web, mobile applications, etc. Touchscreen kiosks in the court. So if you want to access the data of any case file or like that, like in airport and all, there will be touch screens. There we can see the train status, reservation status, etc. Like that, kiosks will be there so that the advocates or the common people can access the data. And there will be video conferencing in court complex and jails. So in future, it eliminates the need for the litigant to be present physically for hearing the court cases. At present, the situation is like that we have to be present at the court physically if there any arbitration is going on or any judgment is going on. But in future, it aims that it will be a virtual court, so that video conferencing can be enabled, no need of travel up to the court for hearing the cases. And handheld devices will be provided to the people in the court so that they can record the judgments or enter data in digital form during the judgments. And apart from that, there is proposal to use 5% solar energy at the court complexes. So what was in news? To facilitate online payments of traffic challans, Delhi's this Hazari Court and Faridabad Court in Haryana has launched virtual courts. So virtual courts were launched in these two places, Delhi and Faridabad. And virtual court is a big milestone in the e-courts project. So with virtual court, in actual concept, it eliminates the presence of litigant or lawyer in the court during adjudication. But at present, it is not that much developed. At present, the facilities provided is to file plain electronically, file the case electronically through e-filing, also to pay court fees electronically, and also to pay any fines. So traffic fines, if the court is imposing any traffic fines, they can pay through the virtual court. Also, they can see the status of the case online. And there are various channels are created for service delivery like mobile phones, email, etc. Now common service center has also added. So this is the project which is under the guidance of E-Committee of the Supreme Court of India. So this is a major step means major step means nowadays we know that the court is very much burdened with the number of cases, lot of backlogs are there, and majority of the cases are petty cases like traffic cases. So if we are able to move out the petty cases out of the court, it will reduce the burden of the court very much. They can concentrate on the serious cases. So this is a major step. If virtual court is taking over the traffic cases, it will be easy. And the backlogs will be reduced a lot. Now what is this Common Service Center? Common Service Center is a program which is launched as part of Digital India. It is for giving the delivery of electronic services to villages in India. Villages, you know, their connectivity will be less. People will not be having devices to access the e-services. So when the government is launching e-governance project, it can create a digital divide, because people who have computer or mobile devices can access the services, whereas the people who are not computer literate and don't have access to these facilities will be out of the ambit. To reducing the digital divide is also an aim of Digital India. For that, government has launched the Common Service Center. It is like a center in the villages. It will be run by a rural entrepreneur. The person who is running the center will be giving a basket of services, not only the ICT services. He will be giving a basket of services like agricultural services, education and training services. So who wants to get trained in computer can go to that centers and get trained. Health services, banking and insurance services, entertainment services, utility services, bill payments, etc., commercial services. So it is like a business person doing the business, but that business person will be rural based, so it will provide service to the rural people also. People can come here and access the e-services that we have seen before, whether it is related to agriculture or health, whatever it is, applying for exams, taking printouts, like that things people can come up. So it is positioned as change agents promoting rural entrepreneurship and building rural capacity and livelihood. So these kind of services are offered at Common Service Centers. Now we saw news related to e-court. So the e-court services are also now provided through Common Service Centers. So what is the implication? It will improve the reach of e-court services, right? So it can assess the people who are on the other side of the digital divide, and those people who don't have even internet also can use this 2 lakh Common Service Centers already existing to access the service. This is because the rural reach of CSE is extensive. It is like almost one gram, each Grama Panchayat have at least one CSE, so that people need not move from rural to urban area to for small cases. They can access easily and read the case status and be present in the court at the time of required only. Next, Bhoomi Rashi portal. This is a portal for automating the process of land acquisition. Land acquisition happens for many projects, including road development and other development activities. Government will be procuring land from the people. So this land procurement and all are very difficult issues, because people have to sell their land. That land record has to be proper. So for enabling the digitalization of this thing, it is by Ministry of Road Transport and Highways for acquiring road for road development. They have come up with Bhoomi Rashi portal. So this system helps in expediting the process by providing simultaneous Hindi translation and is linked to e-gazette, and it will be published. Status will be published. So it ensures that error-free, the transactions are error-free and transparent. Notifications at each stage will be produced. There are SMS services, will be given to the people to this IT stages. SMS will be sent. There is real-time tracking of activities. What is the status of the acquisition reports, etc. regarding land acquisition. Next is Central Equipment Identity Register, CEIR. This is envisaged as a database for the mobile phones in India. So it is by Department of Telecommunication. They have created a central registry. It is as per the National Telecom Policy of 2012, which calls for the establishment of National Mobile Registry to address the issue of security, theft and other concerns. So we know that when the mobile is stolen, we can block the mobile using blocking the IMEI number, that is International Mobile Equipment Identity Number, which is a unique number for a mobile phone. So that when our mobile is lost, we can block the services to that, block the use of that mobile using blocking this IMEI number. But what happens is, in the market there are mobile phones with a duplicate IMEI number. So the very purpose of the IMEI number is not served. So this registry aims to eliminate such duplicate phones. So there will be more security in the mobile communications. So this CER will store the IMEI number, the model, version, etc. So what is the objective? It will get access to GSMA, GSM Association, that is a global community for mobile communication, database of IMEI numbers to check whether the phone is authentic. So if it is duplicate, they can find it. It will be able to block services to subscribers, not only having the database but blocking the service facility is also accessible, so that it can access any network. At present only that network can block the services, but the CEIR will be having access to all the networks to block the services. So what is the objective? It is blocking of lost or stolen mobile phones to discouraging theft, facilitate tracing and prevention of duplicate mobile devices to ensure more security. So the use of counterfeit mobile devices will be curbed, and improved quality of services, reducing call drops because of elimination of duplicate devices. Quality of services will be improved for the existing customer. So the International Mobile Equipment Identity Number, it is a unique 15-digit code that is identifying the device. The mobile phone manufacturers will be assigning the numbers. So the range will be allotted to them by GSM Association, Global System of Mobile Communication Association. According to the range, each manufacturer will assign a unique number to the devices they are manufacturing. The dual SIM phones will be having two IMEI numbers because it is related to both device and the SIM. Next is electronically transmitted postal ballot system. So during election time, there was a news about this. Postal ballot system is for the people who are in service during election. So many officials will be involved in election service. So they are also voters. For enabling them to vote, postal ballot system is there. They will vote before the election date and they will send the post to the election commission. Now the postal ballot system is electronically transmitted. So it is secured with 2 layers of security. User has to have an OTP and PIN to download the ballot. Then they can cast their vote and post it to the election commission. So for downloading and in decrypting, they need OTP and PIN is required to decrypt. That's why security is ensured. So a person can send only one postal ballot. It is ensured using a QR code. So a QR code will also be generated with that ballot. So that code ensures that there is no duplicate postal ballots, because that is, the person cannot print the ballot more than one time and send it. So this is one of the application how the ICT can be used for providing better services. Pragati will be in news once in a while because our Prime Minister will be holding the meetings on Pragati on a recurring basis. It is an ICT based multimodal platform for proactive governance and timely implementation. It is the full form of Pragati. So in ESE exam we have got this question asking what does Pragati stands for. So that this is the answer: proactive governance and timely implementation. Proactive means initiative will be taken by the government. So normally the government will be in non-active side. The service requirers will have to go behind the government and get the work done. But for ensuring proactiveness in governance, the government itself will be taking initiative to see that services are delivered on time. So there is a 3-tier system: Prime Minister Office, Union Government Secretaries and Chief Secretaries of the states will be involved. They will together come in the, that is PM will be holding video conference with these secretaries at the union level and also the state level. So they can talk to each other, that is interactive platform. So the Prime Minister will get idea of what are the roadblocks in each project, and they can also raise their grievances. So the grievances of the common people can also reach the PM directly through the chief secretaries of the state, and he will monitor and review the important programs and projects, both central and state governments. So these technologies used are digital data management, video conferencing and geospatial technology. So if the PM is watching any project online, that geo code will be tagged, so that location identity also there, so that there is no chance of faking the reports. So this will bring transparency and accountability in various projects of the government. Next is Parivesh. Parivesh is for proactive and responsive facilitation by interactive, virtuous and environmental single window hub. So this is the full form of Parivesh. So it is related to environmental clearance. So it is by the Ministry of Environment, Forest, Wildlife. So it is for clearances, environment, forest, wildlife and coastal regulations on clearances can be achieved through this single window. So it is part of Digital India for minimum government and maximum governance. Means minimum government means very less resources of the government will be used, but it will be working in most efficient manner. That is the meaning of this term, minimum government and maximum governance. So when a single window hub is provided for this clearance, it is easy for the people who are applying for the clearances, and it will be easy for the officials to give approval. It is a workflow based application based on the concept of web architecture. What is workflow? Workflow application is a software tool that automates the tasks involved in a business process. So here is the clearance process. There are a lot of things involved, as we have seen in the AA process. There first will be a study report, then there will be an assessment, then there may be a public hearing, then it will go to the concerned authorities, then it will be passed on to the higher authorities. So there is a flow. So this software will be automating the flow. At each stages it will be creating timelines, it will be creating alerts, it will be alerting if there is a delay at the clearance in each stage. So such kind of works are involved, taken up by this software. It will break the workflow into a set of data needed to complete the process and path for the data to flow. It will take care of the data path, where it should go, where it should divert, where it should converts, like that, and it will use a form to collect data at different points and process, such that the whole process will be automated. So it is for online submission, online monitoring and online management of proposals submitted by project proponents to the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, as well as to state level environment impact assessment authorities. So as per this for automating the environment impact assessment process. So various clearances will be provided in this single window. And there is facility for using geographic information system also, and appraisal committee will be taking the help of the information system to analyze the project efficiently. So the geographical information system will be having the geographical data regarding the project, so they can assess the impacts very easily. They can see what is actually happening in the ground using this data. There are automatic alerts, SMS and email alert to important stages to the concerned persons, and it will help to check the delays if any. So the project proponents and citizens can view, track and interact with the offices and see the status of their applications and get online clearance letters, online mailers. So the whole process is automated and it will be fast and efficient. Next is National e-Vidhan Application, NEVA project. So this is a mission mode project under Digital India program. Digital India program for e-governance, there are various mission mode projects. So this is one of the mission mode projects for digitalizing the legislators, digitalizing both the parliament and state and UT legislatures. So all the 31 state and UT legislatures that were existing at that time will be digitalized. So there is a one platform. It is a massive data repository. Right? It is having multiple applications. So what does it aim? It aims for a paperless assembly or e-assembly. That is, the legislators need not carry the paperwork, and the ministers or the speeches what is happening. Actual practice is like each and every member of the assembly will be getting a copy of the paper that is being discussed. So a lot of paper is wasted here, is printing everything. So by implementing this project, each member can access the digital form of the paper. So it avoids use of paper in the assembly. And automation of the entire lawmaking process, tracking of decisions, documents, sharing information, everything will be done efficiently. And cloud technology is used. Meghraj is the Government of India cloud. So that the data deployed can be accessed anywhere. So the legislators can access the data outside the legislature also. And live webcasting of the Lok Sabha TV and Rajya Sabha TV is also available in this application. So it is not about virtualizing, this the legislatures will be present in the legislature, but the transactions and all will be taking place digitally. Another important initiative is Government e-Marketplace or GEM. The news was that GEM has witnessed a four-fold increase in the total value of transactions on the portal and doubling of the number of sellers in the marketplace in the last financial year. So it is a marketplace and it is an e-marketplace. So we are seeing e-commerce and e-commerce service providers. So their buying and selling can happen. Like that, government also has come up with an e-marketplace where the suppliers can supply the materials to different government offices, departments and public sector undertakings. So it was set up in 2000 cities to facilitate procurement of goods and services. So there occurs a recurring procurement of goods and services like printer cartridges, papers, stationeries, etc. And in public sector units, there will be maintenance items, instruments. So so many purchases are happening. So this is one of the way where lot of corruptions will happen. So there will be error in the price quoted by the parties, and there will be commissioning in between. So it is a cumbersome process that each and every officer have to put up 10 days. They have to find the lowest service provider. So this will take up unnecessarily the energy of offices and the resources of each office. So avoiding that, a central system to procure the materials. So the suppliers, they can quote their prices in the portal and the officers can see that and order the things. So the whole process is easy. So there is no need of multiple approvals, approval of finance, so many red tapeism is there in these issues in the office. So this will eliminate all those. So it is the National Procurement Portal of India. It has been developed by the Directorate General of Supplies and Disposal, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, with the technical support of National E-Governance Division of Ministry of Information and Technology. It is a completely paperless, cashless system. Cashless means there is no transfer of the currency. It is only electronic transfer. System-driven marketplace that enables procurement of common use goods and services with minimal human interface. So this will clearly tells that there will be elimination of corruption, there will be transparency, there will be accountability. So it will ensure efficient governance. Next is about the e-governance system in Indian Railways. Recently, Indian Railways launched 3 online applications for their rollout. It is to enable the IT of railways and ensuring the e-office in Indian Railways and for Digital India. What are these 3 systems? First one is CRS Sanction Management System. CRS is Commission of Railway Safety. So, Commission of Railway Safety sanction is required in many projects, whether it is in construction, maintenance or upgradation of railway assets. This Safety Commission sanction is important. So, for getting that a sanction and streamlining of that process, this CRS Sanction Management System is introduced. So, CRS is required for execution of any work on open line. Open line that will affect the running of trains. So, trains will be running on that way. So, it needs prior approval to ensure safety. Otherwise, a lot of derailment or collisions can happen, or any temporary arrangement in such places. This sanction is required. Also, for doubling or tripling gauge conversion, etc., also safety sanction is required. So, this management system will help in expedite preparation and processing of cases. So, the cases will be processed very fast, approvals will be streamlined, there will be monitoring of the complaints. After giving approval, the authority has to ensure that they are complying with the standards prescribed, right? So, the monitoring and observing the cases can be done through this. Next one is TMS for construction. What is TMS? Track Management System. So, any constructions or construction project are there, they have to utilize this track management system. This is to maximize the benefits of material, equipment and manpower. How to manage these activities, how to maximize the material use, how to efficiently use the equipments and manpower without impairing the safety. Safety is very important in railways. So, to ensuring standards and enabling this system, one management system is there. So, this system will involve 3 type of stakeholders. They are field engineers who are working in the field, that is in the actual railway track they will be working, and TMS application will be there to handle this materials allocation, etc. And management is there who will be giving approval to the work, who will be tracking the works and taking care of the overall coordination. So, the field engineers can feed the field data, right? Whenever they are at the field, they can take the data, take the pictures, and so it will be time tagged and geo tagged, and the person who is doing will also be tagged. So, each person involved in the system will be giving a role-based access to the system, so that accountability can be fixed easily. So, normally what happens when any accident or happen, there will be a blame game. So, it is like different departments are involved. Each department will try to put the blame on other persons for the mistakes happened. But if we have a transparent system like this, the accountability can be easily fixed. So, the field users do inspection of the track online or offline. The data quality will be entered and validated. So, data ownership and responsibility is defined and fixed. So because the assessment is not access to the application is not given to everybody, so it is only authorized persons can access the system. The data will be updated. So the management can take up proactive maintenance. If they find anything going wrong, they can take up proactive maintenance, that prevent then breakdown maintenance. That is, maintenance can be done before actual breakdown happens. So it will be faster. The data they will get directly from the field, right? So otherwise it takes a long path from the data from the field to go up to the higher authority, but here the data will be traveling fast, and so decisions can also be taken fast and required action will be taken. So these are the benefits of the system. Next one is rail crossing GAD approval system. GAD is General Agreement Drawings. So this is railroad crossing, because here two departments are involved, railways and the road highways department, road and highways department. So when a railroad crossing, that is eliminating the manual crossing and putting rail under bridges or rail over bridges, it needs approval from both the departments. So such a system will expedite, it will expedite the process. Instead of stacking in files, this will make the process faster. Preparation, processing and approval of the drawings for the construction of rail over bridges and rail under bridges, because Ministry of Railway and Ministry of Road Transport and Highways have come together to facilitate the construction to eliminate all level crossing on national highways. That is the aim. As part of the ambitious program taken by the railways, that is Setu Bharatam project, these level crossings will be eliminated. So here with this approval system, the accountability will be fixed with either railways or state governments who is owning the land and the road department. So there will be better coordination between the different departments. Next we will see about a national mission. It is a national mission on natural language translation. So the name may be little confusing. This natural language translation is for enabling the people to identify the science and technology topics in their own language, in their native language. At present we know that the science and technology topics are available only in global languages like English. So it is difficult for a person who has learned in his own mother tongue to learn these technical terms. So this National Mission on Natural Language Translation is a mission identify the Prime Minister's Science and Technology and Innovative Advisory Council (PMSTAC) to make the science and technology accessible to all by facilitating access to teaching and researching material, access to learning and researching material in English and in his own or her own language. So it uses artificial intelligence. Latest technologies like machine translation and also human translation will be used for achieving this target. So it will help students, teachers, authors, publishers, software developers and general traders to assess quality materials. National Strategy for Artificial Intelligence. So it was put up by Niti Aayog. That is for taking the opportunities. So artificial intelligence is the next technology. We don't have to be in the back. Whenever the technology revolution is coming, we should not be on the back side that was happening before. We should be on the front. So we have to take up the opportunity, and these technologies will be having a lot of economic impact that we have to utilize. So they have identified the challenges and the focus areas for implementing AI. So different initiatives are identified for AI implementation, and different role of different parties are identified, what the government should be doing, what other parties should be doing. So the focus areas identified are healthcare, impact of AI. We have discussed in our lectures. What could be the application of AI in healthcare. Next is agriculture. Agriculture productivity can be significantly improved. Education can be an important field of application for AI. Then smart cities and infrastructure for public safety and other issues in the cities. Smart mobility and transportation for infrastructures, autonomous trucks, intelligent transportation systems, traffic control, traffic optimization, parking, etc. So many challenging issues are there. These are the focus areas that AI can be used in India. So this is one strategy developed by Niti Aayog. The government has to come up with corresponding policy or other projects for taking up this. This is only suggestion. Aayog is only a recommending or suggesting body. They will just make the studies and inform the government. Next is about the supercomputing mission. Recently, one new supercomputer was inaugurated, that is Param-Shiva. It is 833 tetraflop capacity supercomputer which was inaugurated in IIT Bhoomi. So it is for used by the IIT Bhoomi and the nearby institutions, and they will also use this for solving the social issues like irrigation schemes, traffic management, health and drug, etc. And teachers, students and government research laboratories adjacent to IIT Bhoomi will be availing its benefits. So regarding supercomputing mission, this supercomputer was also part of the supercomputing national supercomputing mission, that is for enabling India to get world-class computing power. So it is aiming to connect national and academic and R&D institutions. Over 70 high-performance computing facilities are envisaged. So it is implemented by Department of Science and Technology, Department of Electronics and Information Technology, and Center for Development of Advanced Computing, that is CDAC, plus Indian Institute of. So we have increasing need of computing facilities for scientific and academic community. So this is conceptualized to keep their needs, and it will also support the digital India and make in India. And these supercomputers will be networked through National Knowledge Network. National Knowledge Network we saw before. It aims to connect all the research institutions in the country to share knowledge. So these supercomputers will also be connected. Both academic R&D institutions as well as the ministries can use the computing facilities for developing various applications. And this includes development of high performance computing system, that includes research and development in this area also. Regarding supercomputers of India, India's first supercomputer was Param 8000 in 1991, and the recent supercomputer, that was Pratyush, last or year before last it was commissioned. It is the fastest supercomputer in India with a speed of 4 petaflops. So the recent one is 833 teraflop, and the fastest in India is 4 petaflop. So petaflop is 10 raised to 15 floating point operations per second, that is flops, floating point operations per second, that is the unit of computing. Teraflop is 10 raised to 12 flops. Exaflop is 10 raised to 18 flops, that are the unit of measuring the computing speed. So these are the units for measuring the computing speed. There is a national mission on cultural mapping which was launched in the year 2017. It is to compile data of artists, art forms and location of these arts with the help of central ministries, state governments and other art and culture bodies. So it is a database for the cultural forms in India. This is designed with the help of technical collaboration of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology for data collection, and this collected data will be entered into the database after correction. So regarding the culture, one more application was there, it was in news. Union Ministry of Tourism launches audio guide facility app called audio oligos for 12 sites of India, including iconic sites, that is audio gate facility app. Just remember the name because there was question last year on what is the advantage of audio visual digitalization. So it is on application. It is launched for the benefit of tourists. They will be able to get historical insights of Indian culture and heritage, and also they will be able to smoothly navigate through the tour site, and they can choose their language and their version of history they like to enjoy the heritage site. So the Ministry of Culture has a program called Adopt Heritage, that is Apni Dharohar Apni Pehchan. It's a flagship scheme of Ministry of Tourism. It is like encouraging private sector companies, corporate or citizens to take up responsibility to manage a heritage site. They will again adopt the site and provide amenities to involve in development and introduce ICT, like as we mentioned before, like that world class, like that for providing the world class tourist infrastructure and amenities, private parties can also be involved. Next is about acceptance of transport related information in electronic form. So this is one step towards the e-governance, that is instead of carrying the driving license and vehicle registration in physical documents, we can use the digital format. So now the traffic police is unable to accept the digital format. So earlier, if you remember, they won't accept the digital format, they will ask the physical documents. Now people can produce documents and other information either through DigiDocker app or the Parivahan app. They can download the driving license registration certificate through this app and store in mobile device. And enforcement agencies can assess this information through their app. They have e-Challan app, so they can also assess this information through their app to verify the vehicle status. And this offline downloading has QR code also, so it can also be used. So this will ensure transparency in the traffic. So enforcement agencies also do not physically handle any document. They need not maintain any inventory or record, but because whatever they are doing will be recorded automatically and citizens need not carry documents, so it is easy. So it is transparent, fast and accountable and real-time availability. We can also log in and see what are the fines we have, and we can pay the challans if any electronic. Next is about integrating Fastag with e-way bill system. E-way bill system is regarding GST. So when goods move from one state to another, they are supposed to carry the e-way bill. And here Fastag is in national highways, it is for payment of tolls. So if two systems are integrated, it will help in more exchange of data and it will help in the tracking of the consignment also. So this will help in overcoming the existence challenge of tracking the consignment. So e-way bill will be giving, but there is no method to track where these consignments are going. So Fastag is for paying tolls. It is becoming mandatory this coming year. So all the vehicles should carry Fastag to cross the national highway tolls. So integrating this system will enhance the efficiency in monitoring. So integration is mandatory from April 2020. This will check the leakage of revenue at the toll plaza, so we can get an idea what are the consensus with going without e-bill. So here we have to see what is e-bill. What is e-way bill? E-way bill is an electronic way bill for movement of goods from one state to another. It is generated on the e-way bill portal of the GST. So a GST registered person cannot transport goods in a vehicle whose value is above 50,000. So below 50,000 goods only do not need the bill. If they are transporting goods worth more than 50,000, they have to carry a e-way bill that has to be produced at the checking. That has to be produced for checking at the borders to enable their smooth transition. This is to ensure that GST bill is paid in the state, because GST bill is a destination based bill. So the goods that is transporting from one state to another state has to be ensured that taxes will be paid in the state where it is consumed. For ensuring that, for tracking purposes, this bill is generated. This will enable the authorities to track the consignment, also the supplier and transporter also to track their consignments. What is Fastag? Fastag is a simple to use tag, that is RFID tag. Radio frequency identification technology is used here. This technology we have discussed in our ICT lectures, how it is working. So this is an RFID tag that is fixed on vehicle's windscreen while it is passing through the toll plaza, and it will detect the details of the vehicle, and there is a wallet, e-wallet linked with the Fastag. If you load the wallet, the toll money will be automatically deducted. So it is usually in toll, what happens, we have to give cash as the toll bill, and it will delay the vehicle movement and long queue is visible in the tolls. But with the implementation of the Fastag technology, vehicles need not stop. When vehicles are moving itself, the tag will be reading the data and amount will be collecting automatically. So it will help in near non-stop movement of vehicles, and this will help in many ways: faster movement, lower fuel losses, etc. Advantage of the Fastag. Next is Shagun, integrated online junction for school education. The Human Resource Ministry has come up with the world's largest integrated online junction for school education, that is Shagun. Shagun comes from the two words Shala and Gunatha. Shala means school and Gunatha means quality. So it is a integrated system. This is a junction for all online portals and websites related to various activities of Department of School Education and Literacy in Government of India and State and Union Territories. So what is a portal? We know it is a collection of the different websites and forums related to the same theme. So this is a platform. It will enhance the accessibility of information related to schools in a single portal, single platform. So it has feedback mechanism to increase the public participation, ensure accountability and transparency. It connects the teachers and students. Also, integrated school education treasury also envisaged. It is a fully integrated, accessible information network for all parameters related to students, teachers and schools in the country. So it is an integration. So in Digital India, this is one of the common platform, integrated platform that will enable the customers and other stakeholders to ease their work, because so many portals, so many websites, it will be confusing. The data may be duplicated, may be confusing which site to access. So this kind of integration will make these things more easy. So what are the main aims? Cleaning the data, that is data duplication, etc. will be avoided. Interoperability between different websites, portals and applications. So from one side they can access any site of the school they want. And there will be e-contents, quizzes, puzzles, etc. for classroom. Use of artificial intelligence and deep machine learning to enhance the quality of school education. Next we will see about the National Digital Communication Policy 2018. So three main missions are there under this policy. First is Connect India, second is Propel India, and third is Secure India. So you can remember the themes: connection and propulsion, that is mainly economic. Propulsion means economic wise. Security is cyber security. Connect India, as the name envisages, it is universal broadband coverage for India. And Propel India is investments and improving the economy with IT. And Secure India is strong flexible communication infrastructure and data protection, that is regarding cyber security. Let us see one by one. So altogether we can tell like if we are pointing out the main objectives, providing broadband to all by 2022, creating 4 million jobs, and digital communication sector that will help in India's GDP also. And present ICT development index of India is 134. It is very poor in ICT development index. This ICT development index also we have seen in your lectures. What are the parameters that is taken to calculate the index? So the aim is to bring India to the top 50, and there is aim to get net positive international trade. So international trade means we should be exporting more IT related components, including local manufacturing of the components, manufacturing, and that is for enabling the manufacturing side of the IT. Digital sovereignty means we should be the sole authority for the data that is generated in the country. It may be the data of the citizen, it may be the data of the transactions happening in India. So we have to ensure data sovereignty and data protection. Further, what is to take the opportunity to propel industrial revolution. It is a lot of advancements are happening in ICT, including 5G, cloud, IoT, data analytics, etc. So these revolutionary technologies have potential to propel our industrial revolution. That revolution is aimed as fourth industrial revolution. So for fourth industrial revolution also we should enable in our country. So this digital policy is envisaging that also. So the first theme, connect India. Creating robust digital communication infrastructure. That is the National Broadband Mission. Rashtriya Broadband Abhiyan. This is to provide universal broadband connectivity to every citizen by 2022. What are the different components? BharatNet. BharatNet is for providing all GPS connectivity to all Gram Panchayats by 2020, and it is will be increasing to 10 GPS by 2022. So you can remember this term. BharatNet is for connectivity to all Gram Panchayats. So it is connecting Gram Panchayats. GramNet is to connecting all key rural development institutions. So it is about institutions for rural development, that is GramNet. NagarNet is, from the name it is clear, it is for towns and urban areas. It is establishing public Wi-Fi hotspots in urban areas. Gen Wi-Fi is for public Wi-Fi hotspots in rural areas. So just remember the different schemes. There can be questions and it can be confusing also, and it is easy to read. If you read it, you can easily remember also. Bharat is connecting Gram Panchayat, GramNet is rural institutions, NagarNet is Wi-Fi hotspots in urban areas, Gen Wi-Fi is Wi-Fi hotspots in rural areas. Other than that, there is aim to give broadband connection to all educational institutions, and Fiber First Initiative. Fiber First Initiative is to encourage the optical fiber network. So Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3 cities, Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3 towns, that is not large urban agglomeration, but second, third tier cities where population is not that great. So for connecting these towns and rural clusters, Fiber First Initiative. Also National Digital Grid by National Fiber Authority. National Fiber Authority will be creating a grid. That grid is called National Digital Grid. And strengthening satellite communication technology. Satellite communication technology can be used for different purposes. So it can be done to allocating new spectrum bands, administrative process streamlining, clearances, etc. to maximum utilize the satellite communication technology. And next is to ensure the quality of service. We have problems like interruptions in connections, call dropping, etc. So for ensuring customer satisfaction, quality of service has to be ensured. There should be a telecom ombudsman to address the grievances. So the people can give their grievance to this ombudsman. He will be taking care of the complaints. He will be looking through the contents and finding solution. At the same time, environment and safety standards should be adopted because mobile towers radiations are also an issue. We have to use standard equipments, renewable energy for the communications sector, for not giving additional burden to the environment. Second thing is Propel India. It is for enabling next generation technologies and services through investments, innovation and intellectual property right generation. So we have to encourage R&D sector, R&D in this sector, adopt new technologies and use them. So for that we need investments in our digital communication sector. We have to expand the IoT ecosystem for more devices will be connected, and we can enable industry 4.0 by using these connected devices. That is the next revolution in the industry, that is industry 4.0. For these things we need investments. For attracting investments there should be policy measures and creation of innovation led startups and globally recognized IPRs we should create. Development of patents, right? If we are encouraging the R&D, we will get patents for India that will enable our Make in India also. And for that we need manpower, skilled manpower. So new age skills has to be imparted for our manpower. So imparting skills also part of this policy. And third theme is Secure India, to ensure sovereignty, safety and security of digital communication. So for sovereignty visa, we have to protect our data. We should not give access to the data generated in our country to other people without permission. To ensuring the privacy and preventing misuse of the data. So it is the autonomy and the choice of the individuals to share their data, right? And then earlier there was a hot discussion on net neutrality, how the different players and different services should be treated on the net. So we have to ensure the open characteristic of the internet. There should not be differential treatment for anybody, and we have to use the net neutrality principle to ensure the service and bandwidth availability to the all applications. Network security. Yes, we need security frameworks. Various security measures are there. We have to adopt that also, and we have to enhance the capacity. We need a network people specialized in network security. So network security testing and network security personnel are also need of the help. Yes, and there are different security issues, and we have to ensure accountability to ensure the safe and secure digital communication. So we have to ensure the citizens also that this online transactions, online communication is secure. Whenever the new technology is coming, there will be a lot of apprehensions also how it be used and all. So we should have a robust policy mechanisms to ensure the safety and security of the data. So we saw that one portion is GramNet connectivity, that was in news recently. That's why this topic has come. What was the news? Center for Development of Telematics, that is CDOC, announced that it has plans to provide on GPS connectivity which can be updated to 10 GPS, that is part of GramNet. So what are the innovations they have put forward? Is XGS PON, that is symmetrical 10G symmetrical passive optical network, which can fulfill the increased demand of high network speeds, and applications like IPTV, HD video streaming, online gaming. IPTV is streaming of TV contents to the internet using IP protocol, and hosting cloud-based services, higher bandwidth. These are the advantages of this technology. And next technology is CSAT5, C-dot satellite Wi-Fi. CSAT5 is C-dot satellite Wi-Fi. It is for utilization of the wireless and satellite communication. So for satellite communication we need satellite phones. They are very expensive and very bulky also, but this technology does not require expensive satellite phones and can work on normal Wi-Fi enabled phone. So this is for using the satellite communication technologies. So it can be ideally used for disasters and emergency. When there is no communication available, there is communication infrastructure will be destroyed during disasters, then satellite communication will be inact, that can be used in such situation. STB, CDOT's interoperable set-top box. So it is like portable smart card like mobile SIM. These TV operators can offer this interoperable set-top box so that there will be ease of choice and setup convenience for the consumers. So the set-top box need not be changed whenever we are changing the connections. So these three were the innovations that came in the news recently. So these three were the innovations that came in the news recently that has relation with the GramNet connectivity, and this GramNet connectivity has relation with the National Broadband Mission that is again connected to the National Digital Communication Policy. That's why we were discussing this topic. So from this topic there were questions from specific e-governance projects before, also on general questions like what are the advantage of e-governance, what are the advantage of e-education. So you can expect the questions like that, also questions for specific projects. So these are the important projects that have come. Other small projects are also there, but for the time we concentrate on the important projects.